friends, welcome to Illinois and Garden Zone 5. So glad you're here with me today. So we have a lot planned, and do you see the sky behind me? We may be getting some rain. So there is an outdoor market that I want to take you to this morning, and we are going to explore for thrifted garden decor. We're also going to look for some thrifted home decor, just see what we can find to bring home. I have my list of things I'm looking for, and I want to take you along and you can check it out with me. Also, I want to do a back garden tour and show you what's in bloom right now. You also liked when I put on the screen what the plant name is and just some basic information, so I will do that too. So then if you are interested in shopping that plant for your garden, you can go to your local garden center and pick it up. So let's get going today. We have a lot of thrifting for garden decor to do.
Okay, so we are here. This is the Country Fair Mall, and they have an outdoor market today. And then normally they have three buildings that has vendor booths in them. So we'll check those out too and see what's inside. Now this is collectibles, antiques, and more. Okay, so I spotted these from my car, and that was my first beeline to them. Wicker chairs. I have been looking for wicker chairs for the garden house. I wanted two chairs. These, I immediately looked at the price. The price was $20 a chair. That's a really good deal, but they were DIY specials. So I'm thinking about it, but this was my first booth to go to. So I want to see what else there is and if anybody else has anything other that I can use in the garden house. Now, here was some neat, different garden hanging decor to put plants in. And on this side, she had another wicker chair, different style, and also these cute little baskets that we could put out in the garden and repurpose. That one was actually wicker, and then the metal one behind it, I think she wanted $10 a piece for them. So not a bad price at all. But she had a lot of cute gardeny stuff and a lot of cute garden stuff in her booth. It looked like she had already sold quite a bit, so because one of her tables was almost completely empty. But I did want to check out what she had on the table. She had a cute little garden planter there. And then in back, I like these two vases with the wicker on them. I thought those would be really pretty on a garden table outside, but you could also use them inside. And then I really like creamers and pitchers for garden flowers, and white is really great. This vase was pretty too in the green. And then this booth had a vintage croquet set I was looking at, and then spotted, of course, a plant stand. It needed either paint or to be refinished, but for that price, being real wood, couldn't that was a really good deal for somebody. And then a little garden girl for the garden, a statue. She was real concrete. And then she also had some raised beds that they had made in a rustic style, ready to be planted up. They already had the drainage holes and everything in them. And the wicker baskets. I love wicker baskets, picnic baskets, so festive. You can use them to store stuff in. You can use them as planters. You can use them for picnics. So, very versatile, all kinds of uses. Milk glass. I do like milk glass. I like looking for flower vessel holders. So, always looking for unique shapes to put our garden flowers in. She did have this little creamer. I love these. These look great on next to the kitchen sink, in the bathroom next to the sink, because they're just that little pint size, and you can just get a handful of garden flowers and put them in there, and just gives it that garden feel. Checking out everything that she had. Now they can bring whatever they want, so you never know what you're going to find at these booths. I found another garden statue. Now this one was made out of resin and was kind of like either a bird bath on top, or you could put bird seed in it. Just whatever you want to do out in the garden. Cute little garden chair, vintage, that had been painted with that rustic watering can. And then I looked at the gate in the back. I've been looking at metal gates. I would like to find something more ornamental though, but I do like looking at the gates. Now, this has a lot of outdoor booths, but there's a lot more inside. So we will be heading inside and checking it out. So we're coming across a lot of garden decor finds today with the planters and the cloches. I always like glass cloches. Also, another wire basket to put a cocoa liner in and add some beautiful annuals. A little bit of statuary, and then the taller cloche there in wire. I have one similar out in the garden, and that's great for covering little seedlings that are starting out. So lots of variety here, but I'm not seeing any more furniture like wicker furniture or patio furniture or garden decor furniture, but some statuary. So you just never know what you're going to find. This basket I thought was really cool, very vintage, heavy. It looks like somebody had painted it at one time. Now, this I have out in my garden. And when I looked up, it said 50% off in the booth. And so it would have been $25. So that was a good deal for that statue.
Okay, I went back for the wicker. I was thinking I was gonna do it, the white wicker, but when I looked closer at it, because it was a really good price, she wanted $20 a chair. But when I flipped the chairs over, the seat was totally broke underneath. So, like the wooden board that would hold the wicker together was totally collapsed and rotted. So I passed on it and I will keep looking. They were a nice size though, and they were lightweight. So I think they would have worked in the garden house because I've been looking for those wicker chairs, but I will keep on looking. Okay, friends, I have created a summer garden box just for you. I have personally shopped and curated some of my favorite finds and put them together in a curated box. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and I want to offer it to a few of you. So let me show you what's inside of the box. You are going to get a beautiful 8x10 pink rose print. I love this print. I have this in my home, and you can frame this in your favorite frame, and it is totally summer garden. A beautiful 10-inch fern wreath. Now this you can hang indoors on a front door, on a garden door. You can also set it like this and put decor in the middle. Just very versatile, and with the green ferns, you can use it all summer long. Just beautiful. And of course, no summer garden box would be complete without a cute little rabbit to use in decor. A beautiful vintage napkin that you can use as a napkin, but you can also use this as an accent to put under decor. Just gives it a little bit of added texture and very beautiful. A beautiful vintage teacup and saucer, and a real pretty silver spoon with a honeybee on it. And of course, we need to sit down, take a break, and enjoy our garden. So here is some Secret Garden organic green tea for you to enjoy either hot or iced in the summertime. All of these items will be in your summer garden box. I have a few of these available. So going through the back garden gate, the generous gardener roses are still in bloom on the trellis. They're finishing up their first bloom cycle, but you can see how beautiful they are. And I think I just felt a raindrop, so we may have to make this pretty quick. Now I really like this plant. This is cream brulee, and it blooms all summer long, and it's a shrub. But I like how it just adds that pop of white color here to the front of the border. So the Eden Rose is still in bloom. Let's take a look at her. She's looking beautiful. She's got blooms all over her. This is Polar Express. It's about done for its first bloom. You can see how it looks. So there's still some white roses on it, and then as they fade, they turn to that brown color. But a nice, easy to care for rose. Our urn has some pink lemonade, calbercoa in it, and a tricolor potato vine, and it is filling in very nicely. Sitting Pretty roses. We still have a few roses on Sitting Pretty, but she is about done, and I did feed all the roses this last week. Oh, I'm feeling more raindrops. So the knockout roses are looking really good. We've got a double red and the double pink in between. The super tunias, and the super tunias, I've got bubblegum is the medium pink. The white color is silverberry. And the darker color is called fuchsia. Olivia is looking beautiful. Look at Olivia Austin. She still has blooms on her. The urns are filling in nicely with all the whites on both sides of them. I do like the clematis in the back. It's looking beautiful. And then we have our white delphinium and our peach rose. Really pretty combination with the mirror as an accent behind it. It just started filling in and blooming. And on this side we have Champagne Wishes. And Champagne Wishes is still blooming and looking gorgeous. And I really like Champagne Wishes with the purple in the background. And then I've added the purple in the front too. So we've got some salvia, some delphinium. The Quickfire hydrangea is just starting to be getting the blooms on it. Now Quickfire is the soonest, the earliest hydrangea to bloom in the season. So we're just now starting to see blooms. Now over in this corner, I'm really liking this corner. If you missed last video or 2 videos ago, I got a new vintage urn at the market. Just absolutely love that. I filled that with some thyme, which I think it just gives it a nice wispy look, having that thyme there. And then we've got the clematis that's climbing along the deck. And then I want to take you back and show you this. This is just beautiful. And this is Bee Balm, and it is from Proven Winners. And just a real pretty plant. And the bees, of course, love it and are all over it. So this area is just really pretty with all the purples and the whites. Now we have a pink rose that just finished blooming here up front. So it's the same color as the Bee Balm in the back, that dark pink. And then we have some white hydrangeas on each side of it. So once they start blooming, it's just going to be a whole gorgeous combination. So really liking that. The Boston fern in the urn set is doing really well. I was concerned, I thought maybe it would get too much sun because I did want to have the Boston fern there, but it gets morning sun and then shade, so it is liking it. Now let's go to the cut flower garden. I want to show you what's in bloom in the cut flower garden. We've been working out here. John replaced the 4 beds in the middle about 2 weeks ago. I had these types of beds in this L shape, and I had bought them, and they were little pieces of cedar that just assembled together, and they did not last. They only lasted about 1 year, so he went and got 2x8 green treated and wood and replaced them, and so now they match the beds on each end. Now all of this is from either seed or it is also little plants that I started. So not a lot to show you out here. There's just a couple things I do want to highlight. The snapdragons I grew from seed over winter, and I'm just loving these. These are a really pretty variety. They're very ruffly and make really pretty bouquets with that pink, and then I also got the white in that ruffle color. So really liking those. The poppies, I've never been able to grow poppies, and I did seed those. I grew them inside and transplanted them, and look how well they're doing. Thrilled about that, and I love the pods on them. I think the seed pods are really cool. I'm thinking we can do something with those as far as use them for some sort of decoration. Let me know if you've ever done anything with the seed pods and how you've decorated with them and what you've used them for. I think they're pretty cool. This is a real pretty salvia that I've grown previously last year, and I just absolutely love it. It makes great bouquets to add in and just different from the regular type of salvia. Kiss Me Kate on the tutor in the back is looking very beautiful. Very full, fragrant pink rose. We also have over here all dressed up. This is a grand floral, very pretty in bloom. So as we walk through the little secret garden path that I just absolutely really like, now these are, all three of these are quick fire fab hydrangeas, and eventually they'll get big, like 8 foot tall, but it'll be a few years before we get there. So this will change over time, but for now I like it as the path, but the hydrangeas are just starting to open up. So that was our June garden tour. I hope you enjoyed seeing what was in bloom, and I hope it gave you some inspiration. Maybe you've seen something you like that you want to go to your garden center to get. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and if you are looking for more thrifting adventures, check out this video next. Have a great week.